Khalif Cairo is worth 1 billion Kenya shillings. Nyewe Cairo unatuona kama sisi ni matako yako bwana. Mind you, you are below 30. And right now you want to tell the people, the Kenyan people, that you have accumulated your wealth out to 1 billion Kenya shillings. Natuona mabongorara sana. You know what? This is his story. My good name is Antony Njenga, and this is Eve Media Kenya, the number one online TV. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. This is it. Khalif Cairo, I have seen this particular post, and you are just, you are being interviewed by that particular media company. It's our live, I cannot mention their name. But, mind you, 1 billion Kenya shillings, and you are, maybe you will come out defending yourself, saying, I don't know, look at that particular guy, doesn't believe in power of the youths, that they can be able to accumulate all this particular wealth. Okay, my nigga, it might be true, but it might be false. Some particular figures are so exaggerated that nowadays, Cairo at the age of 29, utajiri umefikisha 1 billion by assets. Na job yako ni kuuzanga magari sijui. I have seen some particular tweet pale X. Someone who was putting Khalif Cairo into a certain billionaire, an English billionaire, who is in this particular Freemason thing. And when I looked at that particular, even the person who posted that, I was like, this is bullshit. What does Freemasons have to do with this? Bona kila kitu wa Kenya, we are shallow-minded, that kila kitu ukiona msee ameanza kutajiri kama amefanya nini, akili yako inakuanga kitu moja tu. Ameingia Illuminati, ameingia kwa mashetani. That is total bullshit. People can be rich through swindling of money, through conning, through doing illegal business. But here Khalif Cairo, I know Khalif Cairo, he is a patriotic guy. It's not about if he has conned, because I have never heard at one single point Khalif Cairo amekono mtu. Sijai sikia jamani. Na nikisikia msee, that is impossible. Khalif Cairo is that particular humble guy who knows almost everything. In fact, kuna kitu huanga inanishangaza na huyo gadhe. He is in aircrafts. He is also, when it comes to guns, he is on that particular field. When it comes to bikes, he usually does a lot of biking, by the way. When it comes to aircraft, when it comes to, these particular luxury cars, sports cars, he is onto that particular field. So, you want to tell me that Khalif Cairo is worth 1 billion? Or he said that? I laugh until the end. I follow Khalif Cairo a lot, and there was one particular time Khalif Cairo said, if I get good money, 200 million Kenya shillings, I'm gonna spend that in buying a Lamborghini Urus. Because totally, a Lamborghini Urus goes for around 200 million Kenya shillings after tax. After tax, I'm saying after tax, which is quite a reasonable figure. But nilikaa hivi nikajiuliza, surely. We as the media people, sometimes we as journalists, we find a clickbait to use it on our titles, on our headlines, so as to attract a lot of people, for them to come out and watch our stories. But it is not quite the best thing to do. It is not a reasonable thing to do. But let me tell you, maybe that particular journalist who interviewed Khalif Cairo asked Khalif Kairo, in all your yards, how much do you think all that particular asset amounts to? And maybe he said 1 billion Kenya shillings. But you know what? I can't even say that all cars in his yards, all aircrafts, can amount to that 1 billion Kenya shillings. Because sometimes 1 billion is not a lot of money. Because, like for example, right now, if you send me maybe like 20 million G's, if you send me 20 G's, everyone right here, by the way, send onto the number that is landing onto your screens. Send a good amount of money, and we'll be happy about it. But look at it right here. Khalif Kairo goes to Japan, goes to Switzerland, goes to Germany, and gets cars, imports them to Kenya, and once they are here, once the guy sells those cars, is the time that he pays the merchants at Japan. Kazi yake inakuanga, anaenda anachukua magari, analeta Kenya, akishauza yale magari, that's the time Khalif Kairo analipa wale wasi pesa. But kuna mjinga mmoja, journalist mmoja fulani pale, ameingia pale akauliza Khalif Kairo, jamani, najua wewe ni mmiliki wa hii yard, najua kuwa wewe wauza magari ya kila aina yoyote, you know, and jamani, nataka kujua unamiliki utajiri wa kiasi kigani sahi, ama sometimes Kiswahili kuanga ngumu kuelezea, but I tend to say that I learn Kiswahili step by step. One of these particular fine days, you will not be laughing at me. Ask yule jamaa wa kubabanya Kiswahili jamani. By the way, I was so good in languages, Kiswahili and English. But my problem was I didn't practice this. So I need to keep practicing it until nipate. Jamani, itakuwa nikiwaongelesha. Yani tukianza kubonga Kiswahili sanifu jamani, hakuna mtu atakaye kamwe nitoa makosa kwenye Kiswahili changu. But nasema Kiswahili ni cha wapwani, ndo wanaelewa Kiswahili, ndo maana unaonanga a lot of Swahili journalists wametoka zile sehemu za coast. By the way, tell me one particular journalist mwenye hajatoka coast wa Kiswahili. Akina Mashilima, akina Babu, akina anaitango haje, this particular babes that have a lot of big boobs that works in NTV. Frida Mwaka, there is Lofty Matambo, there is, can you mention them? There is a lot of sijui Mwana Hamisi Hamadi. Jamani, wote wametoka pwani kwa kuwa wao wanaelewa Kiswahili. But they have not, hawajaandikwa pale kazi juu walipita sana in the journalism, more than others. Wameandikwa pale because they know a lot of that particular beautiful Swahili. By the way, do you know that Lulu Hassan used to work at Hot 96, being and Hot 96 is one of those particular English fluent. By the way, I loved Hot 96 kitambo kutoka sijui fungulie. I have been listening to that particular host station and being like, this is vibe. And by the way, funny thing to say, mi naonanga ikiwa funny because mi hata sikuanga napenda wale wasi wanakuanga pale. I used to listen to this particular guy by the name Wycliffe Orandi. Wakati analetanga news, that particular guy is so fluent. This is hot. This is hot with Wycliffe Orandi. You know the way that yanasomanga habari pale Hot 96, kama ndivyo anakuanga akisoma pale Citizen, jamani ingekwanga raha jamani. But you know what, we are not talking about journalists. Sijuangi mbona siwezanange kupatia mtu story moja, lazima ni combine a lot of stories. But you know what, that's me. That's me. I tend to say that a lot of times. So you guys, my guys, Khalif Kairo was misquoted by a journalist saying that all the assets that I learn is equals to 1 billion Kenya shillings. So ndio nilikuwa nauliza, mbona mnataka kutufanya sisi ni kama tako yenu jamani? Coming out with that particular silly thing, 1 billion. Guys, do you know what 1 billion amounts to? 1 billion is a good amount of money. In fact, by the way, Nakua, you having 1 billion, it doesn't amount you to be a billionaire. A billionaire is someone who has more than 1 billion. Do you know that? Like, I keep hearing people say that Luto's wealth, ama Uhulu's wealth is more than 1 billion. And I'm like, my nigga, say wakona pesa, they are not billionaires, they are trillionaires. Kenyan trillionaires, because they have a lot of money. They have accumulated this all money through tenders. You know, Khalif Kairo supplies cars to the government. Hiyo ndio kitu Khalif Kairo ni kana naonanga kila mtu kani matako yake. Anasema tu venye tu yeye anafikiria. Just imagine Khalif Kairo saying that I have never got 1 single cent from a government official, na anakuanga so bitter when saying that. Khalif Kairo hata kama ungekuwa umepata hiyo dough from politician, ungesema, ungenyamaza na ungekanyangia tu hiyo story. So don't come out at this particular time and be like, you know, I have never gotten this particular amount from this particular politician. That's total bullshit. Khalif Kairo, do you see all these particular products munaonanga huku na these particular politicians, MPs? Khalif Kairo is the biggest supplier of those particular cars. He is the one who supplies them to, you know, na nalipango na serikali. Alafu jamani, kijana wetu akuja hapa aseme, you know, I have a lot of money, but you know this and this and this. And also, there is another concept to note. Khalif Kairo, kuna kampuni ilikuwa wanaleta shida nayo. That particular company was, is it imposed by Cairo? I tend to remember that. Nile kampuni alikuanga meform ikaleta a lot of dramas and a lot of things. Then he moved to Cairo and Caro. So, that particular company wanakuanga na shida nao na kesi nao sana. So, ama jamaa wenye imposed by Cairo, they went to court and started dragging Khalif Kairo to mad. Wanamweka kwa matope, wanasema this particular guy is a con man, is doing this and this and this and this. But one thing I love about Kairo is out there lady kuwapatia answers. Anasema, jamani, mnasema hivi, kujeni hapa Twitter tuvurugane, kujeni hapa X tuvurugane, tuone nani mkali. And then they fight, you know, it's fight of words. I tend to call X, or what you call Twitter, is an intellectual platform. That is where the geniuses are. Nye munaendanga hapo wase wengine mnasema ule anatusiwa, but when you look at those particular people, Twitter was made for that particular purpose, for being controversial. Everything about Twitter is controversial. Look at the people who are on Twitter. They are controversial. And controversial people are intellectuals. The only people who are not seen as controversial are demagogues, and I keep saying this. Wajinga hawananga argument. They always see. Wajinga ni wale wasee wanajuanga mkate lazima tu upake blue band tu. Hiyo ndio tu unaweza. Huwezi paka mkate nini makodofia. Kuna mtu anadhanianga hivyo. Jamani, ukitaka kujua utamu wa mkate, wachana na tuna siagi, paka avocado, makodofia, and it will be such a delicacy. My nigga. Wajinga ni wale wasee wanadhanianga lazima nikunywe chai. It is a must, like it is a must. It is not a must, it is a choice. Wajinga bado ni wale watu wanadhanianga wale wasee kuanga kunywi pombe au ati ni mafara. Who says that drinking anything amounts to anything? You need to be special in a way. By the way, kwani nitakuwa nikiwafunza kitu na mundilipi niwekeni kitu kwa that particular number hanging on your screens. But ikikubamba tena sana. So Khalif Kairo, you have come out with that particular good idea. It is a great idea that you are worth $1 billion. But you are not telling people how you get all that particular money. Even I don't have a problem if you have $1 billion. Hiyo ni yako na watu wa kwenu. Kama uko nayo na sela wenu kama hata mliachana, I don't want to know much about that. But teach people how to fish. Don't keep telling people, I have this particular big whale or this particular big tilapia. We don't want to see that particular tilapia. We don't care about it. What we want to know is, how do you get that particular tilapia? Because all of us are hungry. We want just to know the right way to fish. In fact, by the way, something to note. Our generation, that is Gen Z and millennials, who are the most people that watches my content. Majority of them, they don't want something from collabed bosses. They want to be told how to do it. Because what they know is, we are not lazy. By the way, mimi na chekianga wasi wengine wakisema jamani, let me give you this example. Kuna watu wengi, there is a lot of good content creators out there, but what they keep saying is, nipostie hii, niwekee hii, tag me on this particular thing so that I can get this. Who told you? By the way, if I do that to you, I may be misleading you. But if I show you the way, that will be the most beautiful thing to do. Huh? Ati nipatie hii tenda tu. Nipatie hii tenda, nitakusort after that. Okay, it's good, nitakupatia hiyo tenda and it will be good. But I have not shown you the correct way to ask for tenders. Mimi nasikianga wasee huko nje wakisema running for a political seat is bullshit. But imagine haikuangi bullshit. Na msiwahi dhania ati hao wasee huanga wana run for those particular seats ili wasaidie. Kuwasaidia haikuangi pale sana. They run for those particular political seats for them to gain access to tenders, not power. You can have power even when you are not a politician, by the way. Because power is money. Money is power. You know? You hear it? Khalif Kairo is so powerful because he has money. And he has something to offer. If he could not be having that, he could not be powerful. He has the power behind the numbers. He has the power. So, Khalif Kailo, wacha kutubeba matako sana ukituambia you are worth 1 billion. But one thing I can say that you manage billions of properties. That is true. Watu kutuambia kijana tumeana. By the way, pesa huwa ipatu hivyo rahisi venye unafikiria. You have to work for the money. Na sijasema you don't work. Maybe you want to mistake me. But we know how billionaires live. Hey. We know. So sikuja hapa kuambia I'm a billionaire because you know. By the way, this particular dude, kitu huwa inaishangaza. Nini huyu jamaa ajui? Anajua kuendesha nduthi, anajua kuendesha baiskeli, anajua kuendesha ndege, gari. Chenye sijai muona ni akiendesha ni boat. By the way, Khalif Kairo, you need to train. Visit Kisumu, visit Lake Naivasha and learn how kuendesha hizo vitu. Sasa ukishajua kuendesha hiyo kitu, ila kitu utakuwa umebakisha kuendesha ni submarine. Because kwa hizi zingine zote you are good at it. Imagine. By the way, Khalif Kairo is the true definition of a boy. Vijana ikifika wakati wameshiga magari, ndege, ikifika kwa boat, all of those boys are interested in those particular things. Yeah. And with those particular few remarks, I tend to say this to you. Khalif Kairo is not worth that, but he manages that. Asituone matako yake sana, because yeye anatuona hivyo, like we are your ass. My good name is Antony Njenga. This is Eve Media Kenya, the #1 online TV. Remember to like, subscribe and share. Until the next one, guys, it's a bye-bye for now. Peace.